Okay, there are some stories that are mind-blowing, almost feels as if it's unearthly. But this is one of my favorite this past month. And I got permission to share it, but I'm still not gonna disclose this beautiful woman's name or anything personal because she's okay with it, but I want to allow her beautiful daughter to grow and be okay with it. Now, I'm just telling the story because I want you to understand the support humanity has and how far being kind goes, okay? So let me start. So I'm going to talk this as if it's a fictional story, all right? So this woman one day, she has, let's say, it's like a deli. It's not a full-blown restaurant, but she does serve food in the restaurant. And she said she was having a rough day, really rough day. She had people inside that were really hard to deal with. She was short-staffed, and it was just a crazy day. You know what I mean? And she said on closing up, because she was short-staffed, she had to take the garbage outside to the back. When she went to the back, there was just this person around there going through the garbage. And she said she was so frustrated and she didn't want it. Why? Because this person was taking the bags out of the garbage and she was already really upset. Like, I don't want you around here, take the garbage out of my stuff and blah, blah, blah. She said she started arguing with this person. But she said for a moment while she was arguing, she said when the person looked up on her, she said she just felt this warmth go, I don't know, she said it's as if it just flushed over her entire body. And she said the only way she can explain it is that she felt a shift, okay? And she said she paused for that moment and then instead of arguing about the garbage bags that the person put on the ground, she realized to myself, this person is hungry. And she had food inside. And she said she changed her demeanor because something shifted in her by the time she locked eyes onto this person. And she said, wait, come, let me bring something for you to wash your hand because by now his hands are dirty going through the garbage. And she went inside and she said she packed a bag. And she said, I don't know why I do this because I never get involved with the homeless because she says years ago she had terrible experience where she was trying to help the homeless and they hurt one of her family members who almost died, okay? So from that, although she had this restaurant, she never engages them. But she says for some reason something shifted in her and she came out and she packed food and water and all this stuff and she gave to this beautiful guy. She went in, she locked up, she's not thinking about this again. And I thought the story was finished here. But here's what happened. Exactly 3 weeks afterwards, she says 3 weeks to the day, she was at her very same restaurant and she got a call from one of her daughter's friends to say, meet her at the hospital. Meet them at the hospital. Something happened and daughter's gone to the hospital. And she said she had the worst experiences. She didn't know what was happening, what happened to her daughter. They only said she fell off on the tracks at the train station. However, somebody saved her and dragged her up in time. She went to the hospital. Her daughter had bruises and she had a fractured arm, but that was it, thank God. Okay? She said to the kids, who? I want to see this person who helped her. Who saved her? You know, who helped her? One of her friends says, he just left right after. He says it's okay. He says it's okay and he left afterwards. However, one of the friends had a picture of the person who helped the daughter. And when she looked on the picture, do you know who it was? The very same person she helped 3 weeks before. In that moment when something shifted in her to just feed somebody who appeared to be homeless. And she wanted to talk to me because she said, Nikki, you know what? I know. I've searched the town back and forth. I won't tell you which state. Back and forth, because I'm trying to find this homeless person. And absolutely nobody can tell her who this person is. They've never seen him before, except she saw them 3 weeks prior and 3 weeks after. That was a person who saved her daughter. And I say this story to you to tell you this. In this dark space where I am right now, it feels kind of eerie to me to be in the dark. But I say this to say that every person that you choose to be kind to, I want you to understand you're not just being kind to them. You're also being kind to you. because the domino effects that happens from kindness, from just choosing to give love, from just choosing to acknowledge somebody as human being, man, you have no idea the ripple effect that comes from that and the lessons that you learn, because she did not know in that moment, I don't care how the synchronicities lined up, that saving that one person that day from changing her perspective, from looking at that person as a human being instead of a homeless wreck. Because she said that's how she's perceived the person when she just got out, because she was so upset. To really seeing them as human being in that moment, she had already 3 weeks prior saved her daughter's life from what she chose to do. There's nobody in this world who can tell me that synchronicities don't happen, can't tell me that there aren't angels walking on this earth. There's nobody who cannot tell me, because I already know my own experiences beyond a reasonable doubt that we are so supported and so guided and so redirected. However, we are so stubborn and we believe in so much struggle, and life is happening to me and I must struggle and I must feel pain. And I'm telling you, I remember years ago, I also heard a story of somebody who was, I don't remember what they did, but they were being not so kind to somebody, really, really mean, and not understanding the ripple effect. And it so happened that something happened that was atrocious, and this is why I won't tell this story, but it was also on the news. And when everything settled, this individual, I never remember, they said, they came out and they said, that person is somebody that they bullied. And it ended up that that person took the life of one of his loved ones months after he was doing that. And that was a ripple effect that messed him up completely. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the ripple effect. Do you see the dichotomy? Do you see the difference between being kind and unkind? How it really comes back full folds. Anyway, I thought this story was something that would be, I don't know, it would give somebody peace in their heart today. If you can't be kind, don't mind. That means mind your own business if you can't be kind to somebody. Don't be out there spreading darkness and hate and bitterness and all that type of stuff. If you don't have the ability to be kind, hush up, okay? And when you start being kind to yourself, being kind to everyone else is just child's play. It's like breathing air. I'm kind, okay? Bye. From my door corner to yours.